In this video, we will understand roots of quadratic equation. Here it is the general form of quadratic equation, that's ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, a is not equal to 0. And this is the general form of quadratic polynomial, as you have read it earlier in your previous chapter. We know that it has two zeros. Similarly, the quadratic equation has two roots, means in an equation there are always two values of variable that satisfies the equation. A quadratic equation has a variable. That variable will have two values. Those two values are called the solution of quadratic equation, and also those two values are called roots of the equation. Here we will try to understand with this example. It's x square plus x minus 2 is equal to 0. Here its solution is x square plus 2x minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. I have used here the factorization method. Here I will take x common from this x square and 2x, then here it will remain only x plus 2. Then I will take the minus 1 common and it will remain x plus 2 is equal to 0. X plus 2, x plus 2, it is the common expression. I will take it out and here will remain only x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now we can say either x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x minus 1 is equal to 0, because the solution is 0. Here the RHS is 0. Either this should be 0 or this should be 0, then it can become the 0. If this is 0, x plus 2 is equal to 0, then x will have minus 2. If x minus 1 is equal to 0, then x will have the value 1. So in this way the x has two values, 1 and minus 2. This is called the solution of the quadratic equation. These two values are called the two roots of the quadratic equation. See, once again we will try to understand why it has two values. This whole LHS is equal to 0. There are two possibilities when this whole LHS will become equal to 0. One possibility is if this expression will become 0. That is, if x will have the value minus 2, then this LHS will become equal to 0. This is one possibility. So it will have one value, x is equal to minus 2. Second possibility is if x has the value 1. If x has the value plus 1, then it will become 0, and this expression will make this whole LHS equal to 0. In that way the equation will get satisfied. So we can say this equation will get satisfied in two ways. First one, when x is equal to minus 2, then this will be equal to 0. Second one, when x is equal to 1, then this whole expression, this LHS will become equal to 0. In this way we can say the quadratic equation has two roots. That is, the variable in a quadratic equation have two values. Those two values are called the solution of the equation and are also called the roots of the quadratic equation. Then the next topic is the nature of roots that we will study before starting the next exercise, that's exercise 4.3. Here we are going to start now the exercise 4.2. I hope that you will open your textbooks and will see the question number first, that is, find the roots of the following quadratic equations by factorization method. See here, the first part is x square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. This is the first part. This is a quadratic equation. We are going to solve it by the method of factorization. Here I would like to explain the factorization method. The factorization method is actually the splitting the middle term. We are going to split the middle term into two terms so that we can find the solution of the equation. See here on this equation, the middle term is minus 3x. This is the middle term, and the coefficient of x here is minus 3, and coefficient of x square is 1, and the constant term is minus 10. I have to split this minus 3 into two terms, that's p and q, such that p plus q is equal to minus 3. and p into q should be equal to the product of coefficient of x square and this constant term. That is 1 into minus 10 is equal to minus 10. See here once again, we are splitting the middle term. Here the coefficient of x is minus 3. This is the middle term. Minus 3 we are going to split in two terms, p and q, such that p plus q should be equal to minus 3. And p into q, that is the product of these two terms, should be the product of coefficient of x square and this one, that is minus 10. So we will get here minus 10. It's very simple question. We can do the prime factorization of 10, that's 2 into 5 is equal to 10. So if I will take minus 5 plus 2, it will become minus 3. Minus 5 into 2, it is equal to minus 2, minus 10, sorry. So I will write here x square minus, and here instead of 3 I can write 5 minus 2. See here once again, I am writing here instead of 3 it's plus 3, that's why I am writing 5 minus 2. X minus 10 is equal to 0. See, 5 into minus 2 is minus 10. So I can write here x square minus is here x into 5, that's 5x, x into 2, that's minus 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. And also I can write x square minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. Now I can take x common from these terms. I can take x common. Here it will remain x minus 5, because x into x is x square, x into 5 is minus 5x. Plus I can take 2 common. Here will remain x, because 2 into x is 2x, and here is minus 5, because 2 into minus 5 is minus 10. Now x minus 5 and x minus 5 is common. I will take it out, x minus 5. Here it will remain x plus 2 is equal to 0. That's x minus 2 is 0, or x plus 2 is 0. That's x is equal to, I will do the transposition, it will become plus 5, or x is equal to, it will become minus 2. Therefore 5 and minus 2 are the roots of given equation. Also we can start the question from here. Try to understand. These two steps I can skip, these two steps. There it is minus 3x, I will break minus 3x minus 5x plus 2x, because minus 5x plus 2x is minus 3x, and minus 5x into 2x, that is minus 10x square. Try to understand. I can also start from here. I can skip these two steps if you want. Since we know minus 5 plus 2 is minus 3, I can write instead of minus 3x directly minus 5x plus 2x minus 10. Then I can follow like this. This is the first part. Now we will solve the second part. That is 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. See here the coefficient of x square and the constant term, that is 2. We will see the product of these two. 2 into minus 6, that is minus 12. See the coefficient of middle term, that is 1. So 1 we should divide into two terms like p and q, such that addition of p and q should be equal to 1, and product of p and q should be equal to minus 12. If we will see the prime factorization of 12 like this, 12, 2 6 are 12, 2 3 are, 2 2 are 4, so 4 and 3. See here, addition of these two terms should be what? It should be 1. That is, if 4 plus minus 3, that will be equal to 1. 4 into minus 3, that will be equal to minus 12. So we can split the middle term, that is 1 in 4 and minus 3. See here how I will write the question, write the solution, try to understand the solution here. Here I will write 2x square plus, instead of this 1, because the coefficient of x is here 1, I will write 4 minus 3 into x minus 6, because 4 minus 3 is 1 and 4 into minus 3, that is 12, minus 12, that's 2 product of this 2 and minus 6. Now see here, you can also skip this step. You can also start from here, 2x square plus 4x minus 3x, that's 4 into 3 minus 12x square, and the product of these two terms, first term and the last term, 2 into 6 minus 12x square. Now here I will take 2x common, here it will remain x and here it will remain only 2, because 2x into x, 2x square, 2x into 2, 4x. Then I will take minus 3 common, here it will remain plus x and plus 2, minus 3 into x is minus 3x, minus plus minus 3 2s are 6. Now x plus 2 is common, I will take it here, x plus 2 x plus, I will write here x plus 2, here will remain 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So either x plus 2 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore I can write x is equal to minus 2, because I transpose to plus 2 to the right hand side, it will become negative, that's minus 2. Here I can write 2x is equal to 3, it's negative here, here it will be positive. Now I can write x is equal to 3 by 2, because this on transposing 2 here, I need to write it here in denominator. Therefore minus 2 and 3 by 2 are roots of given equation. Now look at the third part. What is third part? It's most interesting. Root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. See the product of coefficient of this x square and this constant term. I will write here root 2 into 5 root 2. This will become 5 root 2 square. Square and root will cancel, and here will remain 5 2r, that is 10. If I will see the prime factorization of 10, that's 5 into 2. Now see here, try to understand. Middle term is here 7, so the sum of the two terms, that's p and q, p plus q should be equal to 7 and p into q should be equal to 10. That's very easy. So 5, if I will write 5 plus 2, that is 7. If I will write 5 into 2, that is 10. So it's very simple. There I will write here root 2x square plus, instead of 7, 5 plus 2 x. You can also skip this point in step. You can write directly from this, x plus 5 root 2, then root 2x square is there, 5x, x into 5 5x, x into 2 2x plus 5 root 2. Now see here, I will take here the common x, x is here, x is here, here will remain root 2x plus 5, because x into root 2x is x, root 2x square, and x into 5 is 5x, plus I will take here root 2 common. Root 2 I will take common, here is, because this instead of 2 we can write root 2 into root 2, so in 2 root 2 is there. Try to understand. Here it was 2, instead of 2 we can write root 2 into root 2. That's why I took this root 2 common, here will remain root 2 x. On multiplication root 2 into root 2, I will get once again this 2. Root 2 I will take common, here will remain root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. Root 2x plus 5 is common. I will take this expression, here I will write, and it will remain x plus root 2 is equal to 0. Then either root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0 or x plus root 2 is equal to 0. That is root 2x is equal to minus 5 or x is equal to minus root 2. Here x is equal to, here minus 5 is here, this root 2 on transposition I will write it in the denominator, but here it is the irrational number, so I will do here the rationalization. For that purpose I will multiply this denominator root 2 in numerator and denominator. I will get minus 5 root 2 divide root 2 square. See here, root 2 square root cancel. I will get minus 5 by 2 root 2. Therefore x is equal to minus 5 root 2 by 2 and minus root 2 are the roots of the given equation. Now see the fourth part, that's 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. Here it's fractional number 1 by 8. What we will do, we will eradicate this 8. We will try to remove this 8. We will multiply both sides by 8. 8 into this whole expression, whole LHS, 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 8 into 0. So I will get 16x square, 8 into x is minus 8x plus 8 by 8 is equal to 8 into 0 is 0. Here it is 16x square minus 8x, 8 ones are here is plus 1 is equal to 0. Now see here the middle term. What is middle term? It is minus 8x. What is the product of first term and constant term? See here the coefficients. It is 16 into 1, that we will get 16. The product we will get 16. It is here minus 8. It is plus 16, it's minus 8. It means minus 8 we need to split into P and Q such that P plus Q should be equal to minus 8 and P into Q should be equal to plus 16. See here, if I will write 4 minus 4 minus 4, I will get minus 8. If I will write minus 4 into minus 4, I will get 16, because minus into minus is plus. So I can write, instead of this 8, I can write 4 plus 4. See here, I am keeping minus here out of the bracket. So I can write 4 plus 4, because 4 plus 4 is 8x plus 1. Then 16x square minus is there, 4 into x 4x, 4 into x 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. And here I can write 16x square minus 4x, minus into 4x, and minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. I can also skip these two steps. It's not necessary to write these two steps. If you will understand, you are able to understand. See here, 16x square, instead of minus 8x, I can directly write minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Here I will take 4x common. Here it will remain 4x minus 1, because 4x into 4x is 16x square and 4x minus 1 is 4x. Then I will take minus 1 only common. This 4x will become positive and this plus 1 will become negative, because minus 1 into 4x is minus 4x, minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1 is equal to 0. Then 4x minus 1 is the common expression. I will take it out. Here will remain 4x minus 1. Then I will write either 4x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 4x minus 1. I will write twice these two in order to make it very simple. So 4x is equal to 1, 4x is equal to 1. Then I can write x is equal to 1 by 4, x is equal to 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 and 1 by 4 are roots of the equation. It is very easy. Fifth one, I will write directly 100x square minus 10x plus 1 is equal to 0. Because you know minus 20x, we can write minus 10 is minus 20, minus 10 into minus 10, that is 100. So I can take here 10x common. I will write 10x minus 1 common, 10x minus 1 is equal to 0. It's very easy. Is equal to 10x minus 1 into 10x minus 1 is equal to 0. That is 10x minus 1 is equal to 0, or 10x minus 1 is equal to 0. That is 10x is equal to 1, or 10x is equal to 1. That is x is equal to 1 by 2, or x is equal to 1 by 2, or therefore I can write 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 are roots of given equation. See here, try to understand this. This is very simple. I hope that you will understand it, because before that we did same questions we did on the same by using the same method, that is the factorization method. So it's very simple for you to understand. That's why I didn't explain it. Here you need to understand only this. We broke this term. into minus 10x and minus 10x. Then we did same like that. Thanks for watching.